Welcome to the food forest site design. You'll see here there's a beautiful view of Mount Sampson, one of the areas in the Samford Valley, Greater Samford Valley. Stunning views, but this is actually one of the key elements that played a significant factor in the site design for my food forest. So welcome. I'm Jason Spotswood, talking to you from a tree. Just going to be coming down to this in a sec, and we'll be covering a few other elements relating to the site design as well, beside the location and the location factors. So as I descend down carefully from here, you'll see that we're moving into a fairly shadier environment. Now, as I mentioned, one of the key factors with the design was the fact that we had quite an open aspect to the Diagler range, and the key aspect of that is that we get considerable winds at different times of the year, particularly in the winter and spring, but that can also occur at other times as well. So you can see here, just in terms of how open things are, and there's been a fair number of trees that have been planted there since the orchard originally went in. And then back over here to the orchard, apologize for the sun, where you can see there was basically being a significant boundary established with some of the trees, and I'm going to touch on some of the tree selection in the next presentation. The other key factor in your site design, obviously, is things like location, and I'm just going to show you something I've got on my laptop in a sec. Soil is another one. So through this section here, the soil is actually pretty good in terms of what was here, although it varied. So some of the key factors we had was that there was a road cut through, just what I showed you there before, and as a result of that, a lot of subsoil was exposed. So as we move through the forest here, the soils get shallower and shallower, and they also get much shallower down through towards to the road. They were cut and exposed a lot of the subsoil. So over here, if I just scrape this back a bit, soil's not super great. This is a clayey deco, and that's challenging. It's quite challenging to grow stuff on that soil without improvement. Here's another great example of it here. So that was one of the key factors that I had to contend with as well. Let me just take you through over here, and we'll give you a view via Google Earth as to sort of what the overall aspect looks like. Apologies here as I lift this up. Right. Okay, so hopefully you can all see this. So basically the area that I started with, around about in the middle of the food forest, I walked out down the driveway there, showed you a bit of the road there, sort of this barrier of plants that I've got along here. Overall, we're on 5 acres here in Mount Sampson, and you'll see that the food forest just comprises actually just a very small portion of that. And it's probably about a quarter of an acre overall. So not a huge amount. It's just amazing what you can do in a small amount of space. So the other key thing in terms of your site design is choosing a location. So why do we choose a place with such great views on that part of the property? Look, one of the key reasons for that was because apologies, something's not quite working here. One of the key reasons for that was because I wanted to be able to drive through the food forest and see what was going on there. So have this constant reminder as to wanted to pick a jackfruit, or see something else that was going on, so that was a key design factor as well. Also wanted to actually create a bit of a barrier from the winds on the rest of the property, and there's no better way to do that than to plant a whole bunch of trees. So like many things, I guess, in the permaculture principles, you should be doing things that have got multiple purposes. And so you've got your food production, you're choosing some plants that are good for barriers against wind, and then that's helping the rest of the property by providing that barrier. So so that's some of the stuff that was used as factors for the design. Some of the other stuff as well is I wanted to capture more of the water that we got thrown here. So I've created, this is quite an extensive trench that goes through here, so a bit of a mini swale. And the water from the rain tank overflow flows through this whole channel. Sometimes I'll actually just pump water in through this channel through a pond that I've got, and that helps to get more water into the subsoil. I also did through the whole orchard a fair number of swales mounds. You can sort of see a bit of it here, and it's just a bit mounded up. Rises up slightly. There's a bit of a trench in through here. This is where I put the irrigation pipe, and I left it there as a bit of a just a little bit of a trench, again to help to get more water into the subsoil. And I'm going to show you here a great example of more of a mound. So this is a good example of the soil that was mounded up. So it's probably a good 300 millimeters above the natural ground, and that just helps to slow down the water. So when we do get those higher rainfall events, then that just helps the water to soak into the soil more. So yeah, so those were I guess some of the key factors that I thought through when I was designing the food forest. So hopefully that was valuable, and I don't think I see any comments from anyone. So with that, I might just end this broadcast for now. If you've got any comments on the site design, some of the things that I was talking about, some other questions, whatnot, please let me know. Next session that I'm going to be doing is going to be on plant selection. That's obviously one of the other key things that you need to keep in mind in the overall design for the food forest. Thank you very much. Bye.